Hello everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Okay. So Pawan, how was your experience for ISTQB?
It was good, man.
Okay, and the question, how it was?
Yeah, it was the question you have provided already.
Hmm.
Some of them, most of them was
Most of them is similar, right?
yes,
Hmm. And I
yes, man.
think some question ask on white box testing also, like
Yes,
statement coverage or something, right? People told me, but they are not able to explain me exact question. Something I think which is simple. They have provided some data in hours, and they're asking you, right, that find out statement or decision coverage something.
yeah.
Hmm.
Actually, I didn't able to get that question as well.
Yeah, many people told me that something different question was there, but still they are able to crack it because of other questions. Set. Yeah.
Because they have given the hours limit like
Hmm.
zero, matlab 1 to 4, 4 to 10, and
Okay.
they have, after that they have given like uh, 55 and 97 something numbers in
Hmm.
the options. So not
Okay.
sure what was it.
Okay. Okay. When I will get that, definitely I will try to solve that, right? But for now, I don't have that question, but still, no issues. But congratulations, all of you, those have completed ISTQB certification. Yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
fine. Yes. So let's start with today's topic. Okay, Alok, Gitanjali. In the last session, I have discussed white box testing. We have started with white box testing, and it's all about same statement and decision coverage. You will be getting pseudo code, and you need to decide what is the statement and decision coverage in that. When we talk about a statement coverage, mainly we focus on a executable statement, right? When we talk about decision coverage, mainly we focus on that condition statement. Like if there is a if statement, every condition we evaluate with the two different ways, like by making it true, by making it false. So true, false, both are important to be covered. So I have given this document. Have you completed this? Have you checked what is the statement, what is the decision coverage for this? Mhm. So when we talk about statement and when we talk about decision, what will be the answer? Yes. Okay, solve किया है नहीं किया है? If it is not, then I will give you time to solve that, right? But in short, let me explain because this is very simple topic again because we have discussed about the formula too, right? So we need to focus on simple formula like if you are calculating statement coverage, just a minute. If you are calculating statement coverage, just calculate number of else plus 1. If you are calculating decision coverage, just calculate number of if plus 1. So when we talk about the first example, okay, let's calculate statement coverage for this example. If you observe how many else are there, currently you can see 1, 2 and 3. So definitely 3 plus 1 answer will be 4, correct? Then when we calculate decision coverage, we need to calculate only if. So we have first if, we have second if, and here also we can see else if is there. So this if you also you can calculate. Why? Because it is also what? A simple if condition. But if you focus properly, here for first if condition is given, for second if condition is given. Something we have to evaluate as a true and false. But for last if, there is no condition given and even there is no true false available. So when we talk about decision coverage, if you don't calculate this if, that will be again true. If you want to calculate this one, that will be again true. So again, if I just calculate 3 plus 1, that is always 4. Is this point clear? So very simple because as per the pseudocode only you need to decide. Even check the pattern of the program. Very first, what type of code it is? It is a nested because one if available inside another if. So it is completely nested if. Now when we go to the next, let's see. So this we have already seen. What is sequential code? Whenever first if block started, it is ended. Again second started, second also ended. One by one it is available. So this code is called sequential code. In sequential, only one rule, just calculate one time. Okay, do not calculate, you know, if there are multiple statement available, so don't calculate two time, three time like that. You just need to focus only one time. So as per the rule, if I just consider first if, then here else is only 1. So I will be writing 1 plus 1, answer will be 2. In the same block, if is only 1, so 1 plus 1, answer will again, it is 2. Right? This is how you need to solve. For sequential, just calculate one time. That's a simple logic. Now when we start with third, it's a simple code. No nested, no sequential. So we can say this is a simple code. Just apply the formula, number of else plus 1. Definitely what is the answer? There is no else, so 0 plus 1, answer is 1. 1 is a statement coverage. For decision coverage, if plus 1, 1 plus 1, answer is 2. Correct? There is one if available, so 1 plus 1, answer is 2. As it is a simple code. When we move to the next example, again you can see the pattern. One if available inside another if. It's a nested. So else plus 1, that's your statement coverage. Let's calculate the same. So currently no else. So I will be writing 0 plus 1, answer is a 1. But when you calculate decision coverage, if plus 1, 2 if available, so 2 plus 1, answer is 3. Right? This is how you need to solve. So just focus on the code, whatever it is given. Apply the formula and then you can decide. Here first check the pattern. Again it is a nested. One if inside another, it is a very simple nested code. Again calculate statement, but for statement now you can see first if, first else and the second else. Okay, two else means statement coverage will be 2 plus 1, answer will be 3. What about decision coverage? First if, second if, and there is a one more? No. Everything is ended, right? So I will say again 2 plus 1. Answer is 3. Okay. Again in this question, what is the question asked? Some data they have given and they're asking you how many 100% decision coverage required. Very straightforward answer. Decision coverage means number of if plus 1. Somewhere it is also referred as branch coverage. So do not get confused. Both are same. So just calculate number of if, first if, second if, again one if inside another if, it is a nested. It's not sequential. Okay. Then you can see one more if. So 3 if means 3 plus 1, answer is 4. And see there, I think they have given some options too. Yes. So correct answer is option D. Right? This is how you need to solve. Okay, let's talk about this question. Minimum test required for statement coverage as well as branch coverage. So when you just read the particular code, the statement means we calculate else plus 1. As you can see in this code, no else present. Means it is answer is what? It's absolutely 1. What about decision? It's all about if plus 1. First if, the code will end here. Second if, right? Code will end here. Now tell me, what type of code it is? It's a completely sequential code. So whenever code is a sequential, because first if starting and then it is ending, you can't calculate repeated. So correct answer will be what? Only one time you need to calculate your if statement. So I'll be writing 1 plus 1, answer will be 2. So which option is correct? I guess this one, right? Statement coverage is 1, branch coverage is 2. Option C is the correct here. As the code is sequential, so we will just calculate one time, right? This is how you need to observe the statement and you need to get that particular detail. So usually this is just a practice for ISTQB, nothing else. But again, depends what type of pattern and question they ask. Based on that, you need to try the solution. Okay, fine. What is a statement coverage? Again, statement we generally focus on else plus 1. Check it. Again, no else guys. So very straightforward answer. Statement coverage is 1. Right? This is how you need to solve. Even I guess there is a one more question. Let me show you. Yes, question number 9. Some kind of scenario they have given. Okay. So till this, some kind of scenario is available and then they are asking, now decide the minimum number of tests that are needed to ensure that all questions have been asked, all combination have occurred, and all answers or replies given. Means very first you need to understand what type of question it is. I mean, they're asking you for statement or they're asking you for decision. First, we need to decide this. So guys, let me tell you, 100% statement coverage doesn't give guarantee about 100% decision coverage. But there is a vice versa possible, right? 100% decision coverage always gives the guarantee for 100% statement coverage. And because of that, if the question is asked something like this, like minimum tests that are needed to ensure that all questions have been asked, all combination have occurred, and all replies are given, means it is all about decision coverage. So whenever it is decision coverage, we need to cover only number of if. You can see one if inside another. It is a nested pattern. The one, two if are available. Yes. So answer will be what? If plus one, that will be definitely three. And then you will be get able to see the output. That is option A, three. And this is how you need to understand white box testing, because anyways, it's a responsibility of a developer and the white box tester. You are not responsible to do white box testing. But still, as a tester, we should know that there are different techniques available. We do testing with the way of black box as well as white box. So it is a process where we can check internal mechanism of the software. We can provide input to the software. We can check output from the software with the help of code, internal structure. So it is called white box testing. It is also referred as glass box testing, transparent box testing, structural based testing, because we focus on the internal mechanism of the software. Even what are the different techniques are available? So we have statement coverage, decision coverage, and the condition. In ISTQB, you will not get any question on condition coverage. As per the ISTQB, you will have only two different types of coverage. So already we have discussed what is statement. Do remember, here we test every executable statement at least once. This is called actually statement coverage. This is the percentage formula. How you will calculate the number of statement exercise divided by total number of statement into 100. Then it is called statement coverage. Quite lengthy process because we are going to test here each and every executable state. But when we talk about decision, which is nothing but branch, where every branch we need to execute in two ways. So it covers both true and false condition, unlikely the statement coverage, where statement coverage focus on only executable. But branch coverage, where we need to test true and false both condition. Somewhere this is called percentage formula, number of decision exercise divided by total number of outcome into 100. But mostly the question asked based on the pseudocode. Okay. What is condition? Somewhere in code, we'll be starting with the programming in next week, right? So somewhere in the code, what happens? We are able to test multiple conditions at a time with, with the help of some kind of logical operator. Example, somewhere we test like this. Okay, A is greater than B and A is greater than C. What is happening? In my code, I'm testing here two different conditions, right? So this is what, for every condition you need to check for true and true. What if both are true? What if one true, one false? What if first true or first false, second true? And what if both are false? So by making it true and false condition, we evaluate every condition. Then it is called condition coverage. But condition coverage, again, it doesn't gives the guarantee about 100% decision. So there is only one single slogan you need to remember. 100% decision always gives you guarantee about 100% statement coverage. Okay. And condition means if there are multiple conditions available, then we guys are able to test each and every condition, right? By making it true and false again. So here we have some truth table that we follow and we test that particular outcome for that particular condition, whatever it is. So this is all about three different, we can say, techniques that we follow under white box. But now guys, in general, like how the people are, or how the developer, how the automation tester, or even, or white box tester, they do white box testing. They don't calculate these things manually. First point. Now this is what we have learned as per the ISTQB. But in real time, they do calculate with the help of some tool, automation tool. So we have some measurement tool available in the market through which we guys are able to do what? White box testing. So measurement means what? Somewhere we can measure whether the code is easy to test. Somewhere we can measure whether the code is complex to test, and that is called cyclometric complexity. Generally, cyclometric complexity is one of the software metric, code-based metric, which is used to find the independent execution path in the application. और generally आप ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो कि cyclometric complexity help you to get to know that whether code is easy to test or complex to test, right? So it is again important for tester, right, to provide information or indication of the amount of testing to be done. So we need to test our coverage, we need to test our effort, how much efforts required to test that code, and that is you can decide based on the cyclometric complexity. So this is a one kind of formula, guys, which is designed by the Tom McVeigh author, and they have defined cyclometric complexity. You can calculate based on the control flow graph. So manually calculate karna hai, so we have certain process to be followed. The process which I have explained in the last session, same process. Means see, somewhere, suppose I'm having a code. Let me write read A, suppose read B. If A is greater than B, A is greater, right? Else B is greater, and then I will be writing end if. Okay, this is the code. And we need to identify cyclometric complexity for this. So we need to make sure that how much code is complex. We need to test that. What is the solution? You need to first provide numbers to each and every statement. If you are doing manually, then on. Usually in real time, we follow automation tool to calculate cyclometric complexity. But this is the process I'm explaining to you, manual process. So first you need to provide number to each and every line. You have to design control flow graph. तो मैंने बताया था कि control flow graph मतलब एक simple circle में आपको ये nodes को design करना है. Now this is a simple statement. Read A, read B. So I will be designing something like this. Simple. We don't have any branches to over there, right? But third is what? It is a branching statement. So here I can make two branches, true and false. What is true? Fourth statement is true. After else, whatever it is, that is false. So I will write fourth, and here I will write a number that is a 6. And then finally we are ending this graph on number 7. Now in cyclometric complexity, the measurement is very simple. Number of edges minus number of node plus 2. What is the formula? E minus n plus 2. E stand for number of edges. This is called number of edges. N stand for node. This is called node. Calculate. How many edges we have? See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus node. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again 6 plus 2. Because every graph has a 2 points only, starting point and the ending point. So when you calculate, you will get answer as a 2. Right? We have one more formula to be followed. That's called predicate node plus 1. Which node we can call predicate node? Predicate node means node which is having two outgoing edges. It's nothing but if state. Very simple. So in my whole code, there is, you can see, one node is predicate node. So 1 plus 1 answer will be 2. And you can tally the both answers. Right? So in this example, what does 2 means? That is most interesting question. How you will understand that 2 means what? It is a simple code, complex code, it is a basic code, or is it testable or not? So basically, Tom McVeigh defines one measurement criteria. You can see here. If any complexity number, if you are getting between 1 to 10, that is nothing but that code is very structured code, well written code, high testability, and cost effort required less. Means easy to test. Very simple. If any complexity number you are getting 11 to 20, that will be considered as a complex, medium testability, cost effort, again it's a medium. Do remember this. If any complexity you will get between 21 to 40, that will be very complex, low testability, cost effort required high. And this is our third, right? Next is what? If any complexity number, it is greater than 40, not at all testable, guys, and very high cost and effort are required. So this is what, whatever output you will get as a complexity number, that decide how much that test case is easy to test or complex to test. Okay, just a minute. Guys, just a minute. Someone is on at door. Just a minute. Okay. So the point is clear. What is white box testing? What is cyclometric complexity? So it is just a measurement technique where we can understand how the particular code is testable or is it not testable, right? Or it is too complex that we can define. Even let me tell you, like there are different tools available. See, these are the tools available for white box testing, guys. So for Google also, they have provided Google test. Even you can see EMMA, NUnit, I think JUnit also available. Yes, JUnit, CPP unit, right? And these are the different tools through which we can simply conduct white box testing. So mostly it is a responsibility of a developer, right? But still, this is a one of the very interesting technique. So we should know this. What is white box testing? What is black box testing? So what could be the challenges, guys? Difficult to cover all possible path decisions with limited number of test cases, right? So somewhere it is difficult to measure different number of path and decisions. Even if tester wants to do white box testing, definitely you should have a knowledge of programming. Without knowledge of programming or basic internal mechanism of the software, you will be not able to test any software application or you will be not able to do any white box testing. So this is important, right? For a testing perspective. So there are two techniques we have learned in this chapter, black box testing and the white box testing. And here we have completed this topic. Please go for the interview questions. Try to prepare it, right? So that you will able to understand like how we can test any software application. So guys, so far we have discussed different types, the process, development cycle, testing cycle, different verification, validation techniques, right? So let me just open a document again and see. So these are the already modules we have completed: fundamental of testing, principles, development cycle, testing cycle. Even we have talked about verification, validation, where we have covered levels of testing, black box, white box. Now there is a time to discuss quality, which is very simple, hardly 10-20 minutes topic. So we will cover quality today. Even we will start today with the test plan, okay, which is again very interesting topic, very simple topic. You need to understand how exactly any test plan get designed for a particular software application, okay. And then we'll be discussing maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll be starting with the test case design technique. So I will be giving you one project for the same. Based on that, if time permits, like whatever your schedule it is, from that you need to complete those activity, okay. The manual testing project we will see, and then finally we will discuss about defect management. So in this week your manual testing part will be over. Fine. Let's start with quality, which is very simple and interesting topic. So theory topic, once we cover, it is very easy to understand the practical approach. So what you need to understand in this module, first point. So guys, quality, the very interesting terms available, quality assurance and quality control. We need to understand basic difference between both. What does software quality means? How the organization focus on their quality. So basically every organization have their own quality management system. Okay. And you are the part of that quality management system. Either you are working as a quality control, is a part of quality control team, or either you will be working as a quality assurance team part, right? But we need to understand what does quality assurance, what does quality control mean. So very first, what is quality? Meeting the expectation of the customer in terms of everything: requirement, budget, in terms of deadline, the schedule which is defined by the customer, and in terms of that particular service offered to that customer. That is called quality of the software. So these points are very much important to focus because every customer expect application must be quality one. So you can see quality is another name of consistently meeting the customer need, cost, delivery schedule, and service offer to that customer. What are the key aspect, guys? Every customer wants good design. The look and feel should be very, very easy. Correct? Good functionality. So software should perform as per their role. If it is a e-commerce domain application, user should able to buy the product from that. If it is any banking application, banking domain, definitely user should create an account, user should perform some basic functionality. That is what we are expecting. When we talk about some non-functionality, so all the other quality attributes we can validate, like whether software performance is, as per expectation or not. Software is handling the given expected workload or not. Is there any security or not? Software is compatible or not, right? So these are what some kind of non-functional quality attributes also we can validate. So reliable, yes, we need to test that. Or customer expected what? Every time whenever they are using the software application, it should be reliable always. So acceptable level of breakdowns failure we can test or it should be managed again. Application should be consistent, durable, good after the sale service, and again it is a value for money. That's a basic need, basic expectation of every customer. So as a tester, we are a part of a quality management system. So we are responsible to test the application. Before release the application to the customer, we need to make sure that application is a quality one. So everybody, those are involved in development cycle, those have a common goal to design, develop and test high quality software application. And quality means which is meeting everything as per the customer need. That's it. That is called quality. So different views are there. Yes, absolutely. Customer view is different. Supplier view is different for the quality. See, any customer, whenever they expect quality product, what their view? See, delivering the right product. They will test na whatever you guys are delivering, is it a right? Satisfying customer need, meeting the customer expectation, and even treating customer with a proper manner. That's what a view of the customer. But as a IT industry, what is our view? Supplier view, doing the right thing, doing it right the way, even right first time, and doing it on time. Are you getting my point? So, any difference causes in between these two view, definitely that is what a quality gap. Any difference causes between these two view, that is actually called quality gap. So, guys, we need to make sure that there should not be a quality gap. Whatever we are developing, designing, testing, it should match our customer expectation only, right? So there should not be any quality gap available. And for that reason, every organization they have their own quality management system. Very first, you can see they will try to work it out on a complete process. So we have quality assurance, we have quality planning. So planning is actually work for both layer. Okay, not for only quality assurance, but planning is important for quality control too. Actual testing we do here in quality control. But what is basic meaning of this? See, so far we have learned that we can start testing right from the requirement and we can continue testing till the release. So example, this is the life cycle, requirement, design phase, let's say coding. After that we do testing. Finally we can do deployment and we can go for maintenance. Okay. So we can start testing right from the requirement phase. We can continue it till the release. So this is the entry point. In quality assurance, QA, right? In a QA process. First of all, it is always a process oriented. So we always have to focus on the valid process. Whatever we are using, any methodology, any life cycle, if you are following, is it a valid one? And quality assurance means these are the necessary actions that we start from the requirement phase and that we continue till the release. So quality assurance matlab completely process oriented. Throughout the development cycle, you can follow quality assurance activity where you can validate, where you can test every process. Whatever the documentation are there from every phase, right? We can validate those documentation, we can verify those documentation. Generally, Till the coding, we can't do any execution, right? But after coding, we can go for execution. So quality assurance are nothing but verification step. Again, we are able to do some verification on the every documentation. But once the code is ready, once something is ready to evaluate, then here we can start with quality control. Do remember this. Quality control means it's all about product. It's a product oriented. So whatever necessary action you will do on a product. So whenever we have a product, we can go for level of testing, right? आप लोग level of testing follow करोगे and product को test करोगे as per the level. So it is basically represent validation level. Are you getting my point? So quality assurance is throughout the life cycle we can do, but quality control whenever the software get built, we can go for quality control. And that's the reason actual testing comes here, where you can pass some input, where you can test some output. But during the quality assurance, tester is responsible to prepare their test cases. One more interesting point when we talk about as per the defect. So which action is mostly related to quality assurance? Guys, initially we start testing right from the requirement. So we are expecting that application should be defect free. Guys, just a minute. Okay, so initially we start testing from the requirement. So our main objective is defect prevention. Remember. And यहाँ पे आप exactly testing करोगे, right? So here our main intention is what? Defect detection and correction. तो आप detect भी करो plus इसको correct भी करो. That's our main intention. So these are the points only you need to remember. And what does quality plan? QP. QP quality plan is a common step, common process that is required to perform quality assurance and quality control. So in organization, we have this pillar which is called a simple quality management system, QMS, software QMS system. And where we have these three layers. Planning is must. As per the planning, we can go for quality assurance and even we can go for quality control. So this is how you need to understand this topic. Okay, there is nothing but main part we need to just understand the difference. Okay, so what is quality management system? You can see it is a set of policies, processes, procedure required for planning and execution, production development service in core business area of the organization. So every organization have their own management system and it includes three different component: assurance, planning and control. Assurance means it's the development of the framework of organizational procedure and standard that lead to high quality software. So it's all about complete life cycle. We are able to do this quality assurance process. Planning is some kind of selection of appropriate procedure standard from the framework, or we can say we adopt something new, whatever it is necessary for our project, right? So based on planning only, we are able to make it decide. Even control means what? Necessary steps or defining, or we can say definition of a process ensuring that software development follows quality procedure and standard. तो जो भी declare हुआ है standard procedure, is it really we are implementing the same, we are following the same, that we can validate during quality control. So assurance, it is a process of defining how the software quality can be achieved, how the development organization knows that software has required level of quality. So simple, it is a process oriented, guys, and it is not only related to testing, but yes, complete process. Like आप कौन से methodology से software को develop करोगे? Suppose it is agile. So entire process following or not properly, step by step, that is again we are able to validate. So main activity of quality assurance process is selection and definition of a standard that are applied for a complete development process or complete software product. See this. So it is related to entire process, or it is a process oriented approach. Control is actual testing. It's related to your product, basic thing. So software control or quality control is a software engineering process which ensures that whatever approach, technique, method and process are designed in the project are following correctly. So whatever it is defined by the quality assurance, whether we are following the same, everybody working for the same, that is we can assure, that is we can again check in quality control. It's actually responsible for validation process. So here we can perform the activities which operate and verify that application meets defined quality standard. Mainly it focus on examination of the quality of the end product, final outcome rather than focusing on process used to create a product. So here the main focus is on final outcome of that product. So process they doesn't focus. Process is already checked in where quality assurance. So we have a very simple difference, very common interview question. What is the difference between quality assurance and quality control? Do remember quality assurance is always process oriented. Quality control is a product oriented. It is checking the process throughout the life cycle even. It is done throughout the life cycle. It evaluates the product whether it is meeting customer need or not. And it is done whenever product is built. That's the main point. Here we find the weakness, deficiencies and send back to the process, right, to improve it. In software product, we identify, we correct the weakness, and deficiencies in the product and suggest to the process about improvement. Mainly related to defect prevention process, but quality control means defect detection and correction process. So these are the steps you need to remember. Again, as a manual QA, what is your responsibility? Guys, as a tester, your responsibility remains same. You are responsible in real time, understand requirement properly. If you have any query related to that, definitely you can mention that query in a query list. So we have again different rule followed by the different organization. So it is not every time same. Okay, every different organization have their own rule to be followed. So as per that, if they are providing certain documents to you, like if you have any query, you can just track or just maintain it in a query tracking sheet, you can do that. So that's the reason I have mentioned this process, like analyze the requirement, preparing query list based on your requirement. If you have anything, write and execute test cases to detect usability and performance issues, any kind of functional issues too, right? Conducting exploratory testing, simultaneous test design and execution, guys. So generally, somewhere we need to go for exploratory testing, right? If anything is not match or anything is not, we don't have a enough document or something, then we can explore the things. Even do verification, my verification of multi-device cross-platform consistency, where we can check whether software is work for different platform. Creating detailed reports listing improvements, that's your role. Yes, you are responsible to write test case, execute it, generate execution report, after that defect report, then you are again sending it to developer whenever they will fix it, again we can continue with the testing process, right? Even you are responsible to contribute in a test planning, guys. So participation in test plan meetings, providing feedback to the testing team, that's again responsibility of a quality assurance team. Manual QA responsibility. Automation remains same, but in automation, as per the requirement, we need to perform script. We are writing certain script. So mainly our focus is on write script, carry out some automation regression test after every update or after new release of the software, perform performance test. Again, it is not possible manually, so we do it in automation. Set the priority for automation scenario, work as a or work to maximize test coverage. Write document on automation testing or automated testing and select new automation tool. Again, selection process done by the higher authority, but you can contribute. So these are general responsibilities of a automation engineer. Again, here, this is a small topic which we have completed, which is called quality. So guys, just focus. Quality assurance means what? What is quality control? And the role responsibility of a tester, which remains same. Okay. So we have completed quality. This is the module. Now it is time to understand test planning. Okay. So we have completed methods, quality, and now I'll be starting with test planning. Test planning is very simple. So may I ask, like Gitanjali, even Pavan and Amol, you guys are already working, right? So have you somewhere contribute to design test plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is the step? I mean, how the process goes on in real time? Because many people are freshers in my batch. Okay, so they would like to know from your side, like what's your role, responsibility, how you work in real time, because you are already working as a tester.
Yeah, for the test plan,
Yes.
we got that test script,
Mhm,
and directly we need to mention in the test plan, your and then URS identification number we need to mention in the test plan,
mhm.
and then accordingly, on the basis of that test plan we need to execute that. Once the completed,
Mhm.
that kind of scenario we get
Okay.
mostly.
So usually, Amol, what I have feel, like I have discussed with my some of the friends also, okay, about the test plan. So in their organization also, they design a test plan as per their work. I mean, if they're doing any, like she is working in a mobile application testing company. So what she have in the work, like whatever plan, it's nothing but in manual testing, we learn about a scenario, right? So we design first scenario, then we write a test cases for that, then we design a script, and then we execute the same. So they design a test plan for their same scenario. And I think that is what same thing you are discussing again, right?
Yes, correct.
Hmm. Okay, so in real time, there might be a different process which is done by the different organization. What about Gitanjali, Pavan? You are also working as a tester. So have you somewhere worked for a test plan? Somewhere you have calculated, or I mean, maybe some kind of contribution? Okay, Pavan, got it. Got it. Yes, Gitanjali, any idea? I mean, fine, no issues. Because see, what is happening, in real time, the planning which is done, let's say, like whatever you are learning here, it's a process, right? It is actual process that we need to follow. Okay, fine, no issues. So most of the companies, what they are doing, as per your scenarios, you need to prepare your test plan and immediately you need to execute that plan too. But in general, when we talk about somebody, suppose you are a fresher and somebody asks you what is the test plan and how exactly you are able to design the same. So you need to understand like how to explain and what to explain. First point, test plan design. It is related to complete testing activity. Okay, so whenever any plan designed by the complete testing process, let's say it's a roadmap for testing process, when to start, when to stop, what point to be covered, which point not to be covered, which model to be covered, which type of testing to be covered. Somewhere for your testing purpose, you need any automation tool, then which tool you'll be following. So these all information are important to know for that tester. Even in a testing life cycle, test plan is what? It is our precondition, guys. On what basis you'll be preparing your test cases? The very first, you should have a requirement. So we generally go through SRS document, right? By understanding our SRS document, we do what? We understand the plan too, and based on that, we prepare our test design process. तो जहाँ पे आप लोग सिनारियोज टेस्ट केसेस को डिजाइन करोगे, so real time work followed by the real organizations quite different. But here it is just a time to understand what is test plan document, how it prepares, what the points are important to prepare in test planning, and how the like who is responsible to create this plan document. In general, test planning it is a process where the test manager is responsible to create this test plan document. Test planning it's all about roadmap for a complete testing activity. So, learning outcome from this topic or from this chapter, it is only 2 points. What is a plan template and what is test plan? So, test plan is one of the formal document derived from requirement document like software requirement, use case document, right? And it describe in detail the scope of testing and the different activities performed in this particular testing process, right? Yes, sure, Pawan. Even test plan is a specific to particular project also. Even as per the real work, test plan is related to particular scenarios also. Correct? And then it is generally prepared by whom? Definitely test manager. And approved by the different stakeholder of the application. So whenever we begin with the process, we should have a plan. And guys, these are the content of the test plan document, which is prepared by the manager. So every test plan, there should be identification number available, which is called test plan identifier. Introduction about your application plan document is important. So manager have prepared plan based on what? The reference document is also important here, right? So somewhere SRS document they follow, FRS document they follow, right? They need to mention that. Test item, nothing but which module you are covering in this entire testing. Okay. Features to be tested, not to be tested. This is actually represent scope of testing. See, suppose you have total 30 features for a testing purpose. Okay. But client expectation is what? In build number one, we are only delivering 10 features. So for this build number one, the test plan could be like this. Feature to be tested only 10 for current build. Remaining 20 features we are not testing for this current build, for build number one. This is how the scope will be defined. So you will get this information. By following this, you can simple test your software application. What approach? Approach means you are doing manually, you are doing automation. Even what exactly you will be doing, like black box testing or white box testing. That information you will get in the approach. What is item pass, fail criteria? When the test case will be passed, when the test case will be failed. Somewhere, whatever your acceptance criteria it is, right? And based on that, what is the passing criteria, failing criteria, everything you will get from the test plan document. Test plan where the manager has to define that when we can start the testing, when we can delay, or let's say we can pause the testing because of some reason. Somewhere there is a possibility, no? This is called suspension resumption. So suspension means somewhere we can delay our testing process. Why it is so? Let's say a very simple example. I want to test any software application for its performance. And I do need JMeter tool, or I do need some load runner, which is a license tool developed by HP. Okay, I need that. But currently, suppose whatever environment I need, and that environment is not ready. In that case, you need to wait. You need to pause your testing process. So you are doing what? Suspension. Whenever that particular product requirement or hardware software need, whatever you want, whenever it will be ready, you can again continue your testing process, and that's called resumption requirement. So somewhere these points also manager have to include in a test plan document. The most interesting one, deliverable. Deliverable represent all the testing related documentation. Test deliverable means this is actually called testware. All the testing related documents, you will get a list of those. Like as a tester, what's your role, responsibility? Somewhere you are preparing scenario, somewhere we are preparing test cases, defect report, execution report, test script, some automation report. So whatever it is needed, you will get list before continue with that process. Even this testing entire software application, you are testing on which environment? Is there any automation tool required? If yes, then which tool? All the details you will get in environmental need. Estimation, cost estimation for a project. Somewhere you will get only the link. You need to click on that link. You can get to know that what is the budget estimation for this project, effort estimation for this project. All these points done by the test manager. Schedule, entry, exit criteria. Schedule means when to start, when to stop testing. This criteria is also important, so you will get that schedule too. Staffing and training need. Yeah, somewhere what happens, suppose there is a new technology. Suppose let's say we are working with Cypress. Okay. Now we have a new requirement that we need a Cypress in our testing. But Cypress support JavaScript. Okay. And suppose you have completed your work in Java. So guys, this is a new tool for you, new challenge for you, that using Cypress, how we can continue our testing process. So for that, somewhere company will provide you new training for that new particular tool, whatever it is required, or that technology or that particular language. So staffing training need is really required for this project. Then that information you will get. What's your role responsibilities? That will you will get from the plan document. Suppose in software application, there might be any risk available. Okay. So what could be the risk and what could be the mitigation solution? Mitigation means how we can resolve that issue. So that will be again provided by the test manager. So somewhere at a basic level related to project, risk analysis done by the test manager again. And those information you will get from the plan document. Finally, there is approval. So these are the different content. So what you need to explain whenever you are going for the interview, test planning is the most important phase where the test manager responsible to prepare a plan document, and they generally mention, these many contents in specific plan document. So there are different plan documents are there. Okay, let me give you one example. So if I can show you for one of the batch, one plan document, let me show you just for your reference. So you can see this is a Hotstar test plan document. Okay, so something like this. I will be sharing it for your reference. So suppose we are creating a plan for the performance and scalability of the web service. Okay, including scenario, environment setup, and performance metric. So this is how the plan document it is. Okay, somewhere project name, your project code, manager, start date, end date, document information, purpose, scope, features to be tested, not to be tested, right? Then test strategy, integration, unit level, system level, what exactly you'll be doing and which tool you'll be following for that, right? Even somewhere we have some other testing requirement. Then based on that, you will get the information. If some kind of environment setup we need, some kind of software requirement we need, right? So this is what a basic plan, a document template. So you can follow this kind of template too, but this is again related to manual testing, right? It is related to manual testing. And somewhere I have one more document to show you, basic test plan document. So you can see normally test plan include identifier prepared by the name, table of container, these testing strategies, feature to be tested, not to be tested, hardware, software information, right? So this entire detail you will get in a plan document. So I will be sharing this template for your reference. So usually you are responsible to prepare this kind of plan. So basically it is just like actual plan designed by the we can say test manager, but you can contribute it. Okay, you can contribute to design a plan for required whatever requirement it is. So guys, let's understand each and every meaning. So identification means what? Every plan have some identification number. Somewhere like this. So suppose any plan is there for any particular application. So test plan. Somewhere you will be getting version 1, V1. So it's a version 1, version 2, something like that. It is called identification. Introduction, it's an overview about the plan. Specify goals, objective, and specify any constraint, some rule guideline you will get for that particular plan in the introduction part. Reference means list of related document based on which manager have prepared this plan. So like project plan, configuration management, requirement document. Yes, that's a part of reference. Test item means list of test items, software or product and their version. That includes under test item. Feature to be tested, not to be tested, is related to scope. Means list of the feature of the software to be tested. Provide reference to the requirement and design specification of that features to be tested. Even features not to be tested means list of feature of the software which will not to be tested in the same cycle. So those things you will get here. Features not to be tested. And even manager has to specify reason that why we are not covering this feature in current build. So mostly the common reason is that is not required for this current build or it is not a part of current build. So we are not going to cover. Even approach, different levels, what type of testing you are following, methods you are following, way of particular testing, manual or automation, that things you'll be getting. That is for approach. Item pass and fail criteria. Specify the criteria that will use to determine whether each test item has a pass or fail testing. So that is what again item pass fail criteria. You will get to know that before, right? Suspension resumption. Specify criteria to be used to suspend the testing activity. Even specify what is required before we can resume the testing process. So when it is needed, somewhere if whatever you need for a project, if it is not available, kindly wait. Whenever it will be available, you can continue your testing process. What are the deliverable? Guys, deliverable are documents. So somewhere you are contribute to test plan, somewhere you are directly preparing test plan as per your requirement, correct? Test case preparation, script, test data preparation, defect report, test report, all these are testing related documents which you need for a testing process. Then guys, what is environment? Specify the properties of test environment like hardware, software need, network need, some kind of tools also. You will get it here. Suppose you are using any automation tool, like suppose we need this is the web application, so we need Selenium. So that tool requirement or prerequisite for the tool, that which JDK version you should have, what kind of the memory we need for that particular tool, or which platform you need, those information you will get in the environment. Estimate, summary of the test estimate like cost and effort estimate, you will get to know by the manager for the same project. Schedule, when the process we will continue, like entry and exit criteria, very simple. Specify the key test milestone and provide link to the detailed schedule. So milestone means somewhere we can complete our work in certain targets. So that target, that milestones also we can set up and we can achieve our work. Staffing training need, specified staffing need by their role and required skill, guys. Identify training that is necessary to provide for those skills if it is not already acquired. So this is again depends. If it is really required to provide you any kind of training, any kind of support, then company will simple provide you that kind of support too. Even responsibilities in each team, your role, your actual work, whatever it is, that will be defined. You will get in a tabular format the information about your roles, responsibilities, and that is again included in the plan document. In our project, in our project, suppose manager feels that there are certain risks available, right? So what could be that risk? And even if that risk is occurred, then what will be the solution for that? So somewhere they simple focus on the mitigation plan. Either they can remove the complete risk, or somewhere they can just minimize probability of that risk from that particular project. So guys, risk is nothing but probability into impact. Only one single formula. Here we can minimize the probability of the risk, automatically impact will be minimized. So that is called contingency plan. Okay. Mitigation means we are trying to mitigate the overall risk from the software application. And finally, the plan needs approval. Approval means the person who can approve the plan and the signature and the date, right? We need on that plan document. So this is a test plan. So we can, in a simple word, we can call it as it is a roadmap for a complete testing process. It is just a roadmap for a complete testing process where we can simple complete this process and you will able to you will able to get the plan, and that plan you can refer to prepare your test cases. So not only requirement, but along with the requirement, the planning process is also very much important for us. And based on that, guys, you can continue your testing process. Clear? So planning is very simple. It's all about a document only, because somewhere it is a responsibility of a test manager. But in real time, as per your role, whenever you are making little a basic plan, like what exactly you need to do and how much time you need to complete that, that is again independent plan related to your work you can do. But basic explanation you need to write or you need to explain while interview based on this. That what is test plan, what the contents are there in test plan. People might ask you this kind of question. Somewhere what is feature to be tested, not to be tested, suspension, resumption criteria. So that you need to explain while giving the interview. Okay. So this is how the preparation you need to do for test planning. Now, guys, today, like if you remember, we have already discussed how to create any scenario and how to create a test cases too. Like I guess this is the document. Yes. So we have discussed that how we can prepare scenario for every functionality of the application. And even we have discussed about how to prepare test cases for the same. But now it is time to understand. I will be giving you one document where certain requirements are mentioned. You need to do what? You need to study those requirements. And based on that, you need to prepare the same document where you are first writing your scenarios and then you are writing your actual test case. So guys, that's your project. I will be sharing today only document with you. What you need to do, follow that document, complete your work, and you can directly share to me, or you can directly share in your WhatsApp group. It's up to you. Okay. So I'll show you one document which I have prepared for a testing. Yeah, the manual testing project, but I will be okay, I will be sharing this. Okay. So everybody focus. This is a project named Swag Labs. Domain is a e-commerce domain, and this is a web application. So your URL is this. You need to follow this URL. How many modules are available? There are 5 modules available in this project. Very first login page will look like this. Okay, so you don't need to open any application, guys. Now I have mentioned everything here. By following this, you need to test your application. Okay, so this is a login, and here it is written certain requirement that this is a source demo homepage should appear as per the screenshot. Test for a standard user flow means which username you are using, standard user, and password should be secret sauce. This is a password. Okay, and then if user enters wrong credential, then system should display error message in red color that you need to validate. Epic, this is what sad face and username password do not match with any user in this service. This is how you need to follow the requirement and you need to prepare your test cases. So I have mentioned each and every point that when you log in, you will reach to the inventory page. There you need to check for that test for 6 product information should be displayed on the page. Test for menu should have this kind of options. Even you can test the filter. In filter you should have this kind of options, and as per the filter you will able to see the result too. Okay, so that functional testing you can do. Even footer you can test. Add to cart button which is toggle with the remove button, that you can test. Okay, cart page, that's the third page where whenever any product get added, you will get this information like this. And there are 3 functionality. You can remove the product, continue shopping again, or you can check out. And what you need to test here, user should be increase quality or sorry quantity of the product. Product description should be displayed in the cart page with remove button. User should be able to do continue also, and user should be able to do checkout also. So these requirements you need to test as a high priority. Then you can see here you need to enter on checkout some detail. First name, last name, zip code. And then if it is wrong, you will get appropriate error message too. Right? Then somewhere you can test cancel, you can test that filtering details also. And once you do checkout on the last page, you will get this information like this. User should get order overview. A user should able to cancel the process, or user should able to complete the process by clicking on finish. And once you finish, final step is what you will get this message. That's it. So hardly 4 to 5 pages you need to test in this application in this project. So I will be sharing this document on a WhatsApp. Try to go for it and try to understand how to prepare scenarios, how to prepare test cases. And this is a demo application. So you will get multiple defects too. So from the same, we'll be understanding number of defects. Okay, so I will be showing you, but first you try. I hope it is clear, right? So today we have discussed about these 3 modules like validation, sorry, testing methods, plan, and the particular quality. Okay, this is not our document. Wait, directly on this. Yeah, we have discussed today about these things. So we have discussed validation, plan methods, quality, and the planning document. 2 more chapters left in the test design. We'll be discussing about test case writing and all, and which we have already seen. So I'm just expecting that start working it, because unless and until you are not writing test cases, you will not understand. Okay, so start understanding the chapter number 10, and detailed information we will take in the next session. But here, let me give you overview. What the point we need to discuss? It's all about design process. Okay, how the design process gets start. What is scenario writing, test case writing, even best practices to prepare test cases, RTM, requirement traceability matrix, how you will prepare. I will be covering this part. And finally, you need to understand execution process. After execution, whatever test case you will get as a fail, no. For failed test case in the last module, we'll be learning defect management. That's it. And then our manual testing syllabus will over. So test design and defect management, I will start in the next session. But before that, already we have discussed about test case writing process. So better I will share this document. Start working on it as per your convenience time. Share the document so that I will able to go through, and many other people also they are able to go through. And then we will continue with the next topic. Okay, that's all for the day. I guess it is clear. Okay, fine. Any other query you want to ask to me? So Amol will be starting automation testing from next week, right? Well, I
Okay.
will be starting with the programming first.
Okay, no issue.
Yeah, fine. So, whatever requirements are needed, like you should have JDK to be installed, Eclipse to be installed. Better, I will show you practically how to do that installation and all. So, I guess Alok and Govin, you don't have any JDK on your machine, right? Yes, Alok. What is the status? Have you installed previously JDK or any Eclipse? Okay, I'm not able to hear you. Yeah, you can put your message in the chat box because I'm not able to hear you. So be ready with your machines, okay? So I will be showing you so that other people will also get to know that how to install the tool, and then we can continue with the same practical part. Okay, fine everyone. So let's stop the session. Okay, tell me what about tomorrow? Are you available for the session? Yeah, it's quite difficult for me also, but let me check. Okay, so Gitanjali, yeah, look, no, right? Yeah, tomorrow it's Gudi Padwa. Okay, so it's quite difficult for me also because it's a morning time only we need to utilize for the same. So, if possible, if you all are available, I can arrange your session at evening time if you are available. I guess tomorrow अगर holiday है तो आलोक ये possible होगा? Yeah, just update me what's your schedule and then we can decide about tomorrow's session. No issues. Fine, I'll take some poll from the group also. Okay, okay, no issues, Alok. Fine. Okay, great. So let's stop the session then. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Let's stop the session and we will continue remaining topics maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Fine. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.